Greetings, Commander. Joel here from the Hangar Bay, bringing you June's P Bandai shipment. Unfortunately, no cases today because the shipment arrived on a weekday, and I had to start processing shipments, process and send out kits before I was able to start filming. Unfortunately, still have everything here, so I can still show it off. Unfortunately, no cases. And another interesting thing is that the Bandai are now sending the shipments without the shipping cases. So before, you noticed that there was the large, mostly double corrugated shipping boxes that would come in, and they'd have the name of the kit on the side. They're not using them anymore. They're taking the kits out of those factory cases and putting them into boxes and shipping them in separate boxes. So I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. I think it might be because the batch numbers are stamped to the side of the shipping cases, and they're trying to conceal the print run numbers, because you could very likely, with some statistics and enough information, discern print run numbers on the kits, but maybe not. Anyway, let's get to seeing some of the kits anyway. So first up we have the Hi-Nu Influx. I basically have one left, and this is it. Unfortunately, I was only able to order two. It was a reissue, and they weren't printing more. It was just old stock they had sitting in the warehouse. It's a really nice kit, actually, from build photos, and you can make the Brave out of that. So the Hi-Nu Brave can be made with this kit. I'm not entirely sure, but if you want a different coloured Brave, that's possible. Otherwise, Hi-Nu Influx last one. If you're seeing this, it might even be gone. Still there, then go for it. Some minor restocks on the Gundam X's. They've stopped the print runs on these. I can't order any more, except for the X1 Kai, I think, and very few people actually want that. They've got the X2 with its lance for colony safety. There is an X2 custom out there. I didn't know that it was an X2 custom. Unfortunately, it's they didn't do it in this run. They didn't reprint it. It's only the X0, X1 Kai, X2, and X3. Not sure what's up with that. I guess they didn't want to print another kit, even though it wouldn't require very minimal molds for it. So the X3, speaking of that, this first one was like back in the beginning of last year, I think it was. Yeah. It's got the nice Mura Master Blaster. So 13 beam emitters. That's the X3. And then we have the X0, which is the last one, which I restocked on. The X1 Kai, I've got a couple left in stock. This one I've got the most of, because it's a new kit. Interesting thing, I was actually wrong about the swelling, and the last time I showed this kit off, you know, with these sort of metallics, the plastic tends to have this swelling effect on it, and it's not completely due to the different fronts of plastic as it injects into the mold. It's due to the plastic. I did some research, and it's due to the plastic not melting down completely, so it's still partially solidified as it's injected into the mold. So that's what's causing the swirling. So it's basically Bandai chipping out on production and dies. Not so much because of the not a consequence of the injection process completely. I thought that was interesting. Was it Channel 2S has a review of that? I sent him a kit with that if you want to see what this kit is like fully built. Again, this one's the pipe's been turned off for this one, M91. Once you've got a lot of stickers, it's still quite popular. If you get a bit of paint, you can make it come up really nice still. You just need to put in the effort. There's a P Bandai kit, and you're spending a bit extra on it. I think it's completely worth it. Nevertheless, if you're airbrushing, you probably want to do a reverse wash to get that in. Those details are on the lance itself there, so painting is not horrific, and you can make that pattern on the M lance. Otherwise, it's a quite nice kit. But yeah, I've ordered 12 more of that. Got 6 more coming a bit later on, and that's it. Can't get any more. All gone. I've got Reassure another one. So the Edge kits, these are actually already all sold out or reserved at this point. I can order more for, I think it was September is the next availability on these things. I don't have any of the Age-1 Unit 2 on order at the moment. If anybody asks, I can do that. I'll probably do it anyway. Just get a couple. Unfortunately, it's the old style Pepe Gundam MG, so there's no water slides with it. It's got the sticker and dry transfers as what you would see with retail MGs. Guess that is what it is. If it was a new kit is differently, but still some people want to order some of this, so, or especially the Age-2 normal, which I'll show in a sec. And it's a bit surprising. It's really nice modding on the vents there. It's actually quite tricky to do because you have to eject that off, and those holes are punched all the way through. Trying to eject that off without it binding is actually a pain, and you can't use any collapsible cores or anything like that, so that's a bit fancy actually. More so than what you might imagine. They're sort of textured pieces. A lot more goes into it than what you might imagine. So the other Reassure is the Age-2 SP version. Yeah, that's completely, like this, again, much more popular than what I anticipated, even though it's an old style MG like the Age-1 Unit 2. It's got, again, stickers and dry transfers. I fully expect them to do a Age-2 Magnum MG, I guess, in a couple of years from Build Divers, based on this kit. Hope it'd be retail, but with Bandai, you never know. It could be Pepe Bandai again. That's the Age-2 normal. That's, again, all sold out or reserved. I have more on order for, again, I think it was September. So if you want an opportunity to pick it up, you'll have to check back in August, unfortunately. Still, despite the stickers and dry transfers, it's quite a nice kit. So reissue, or not reissue, new kits for this month. We have the Teiwaz Airframe Shiden. This is just pretty much a straight up recolor. It's fairly cheap with regards to Pepe Bandai, since it's not super popular. It's got the nice purple coloring there. Otherwise, it's just a Teiwaz Shiden, and it doesn't have. I have to check that. It doesn't have, yeah, so this section would normally for augers or rides, airframes, no, augers? Yeah, augers, rides, and the Shinos, wasn't it? So the riding, no, not riding go. Riding go is the yellow one. The Ryusage, that's got the extra parts usually not. This one doesn't. It's just a recolor. It does have the shield though. Another recolor. So Mach 3 Unit 8, so Quattro's Mach 3. This one does differ from other straight up recolors because it does have the water slide transfers with it, and it's like we saw with the gun cannon detector. I mean, that had new parts. This, because it's a slightly older kit, doesn't have new parts. Still really nice though. Still can recommend that. Unfortunately, it's out of print already. Like, they had the first one delivered and it went out of print before the second one went out of print before the first one was ever delivered. So I never got any numbers before I could consider ordering more. So I only got 10 and that's it. And 2, 3 are already gone, so that's not going to last that long, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, this is a second run on this one. This isn't the new kit. It's the Pepe Gundam. First one was back in, it was just last month, it was in May. Interesting thing with this one is you'd think it's mostly a local type, but no, it's actually quite a lot of new parts in this. So if you looked at the, so where they have the frame launcher, this runner here, they've got the new chest parts in it. That basically differs from regular local type, which I don't have the retail one, but I do have the roller color Pepe Gundam one, the cheese colored one. And if you compare the two, right, so like the chest piece, if you're on the feet runner with the yellow local, well, with the regular local type, and this is quite a lot different on that. That was interesting. Didn't realize it first time. Right, those are. Well, that's a mess now. I'll work it out. But don't worry, you're not going to get a mix of the two. I'll work it out. So, this, not much I can do about it except order as many as I can. So Gundam Pixie, I fully expect them to put out a Slave Wraith one at the end of the, what is it, 4th run that this is already on taking orders of it. I've ordered as many as I possibly can. It's not moving like another of the kits I'm about to show this month. It's really nice. It's the biggest selling point are these swooshy effect parts that you see there. So those are really nice. And of course you've got the Cupid-like fastening sticker. Unfortunately there's some foil stickers on that, so this is for the near the shins. On the shins you've got these grey parts, and then on the collar that needs to be purple. You've got the nice Uzis with the beam effect on it. Looks really cool. I expect recolors on that, and yeah, so I've ordered as many as I can. That's still available, unlike the next one, which is already sold out before it even came in on pre-orders. Unfortunately, I've got July's pre-orders already up, so if you want one, you'll have to start digging into July. I have ordered more for September and October as well, and I fully expect them to sell quite well. So Woundwort, this is what it is. I saw the images from Dengeki. I've seen the runners already. There's a spoiler effect. Yeah, this is actually quite nice. That is really nice. You've got to have the you can see here, the stickers that run down the length of the long beam rifle. Not much you can do about that. I mean, they're not going to sandwich that on an HG. That's going to cost a fortune to do that. But like stuff like this part, that's really nice in terms of molding. So unfortunately, it is what it is. I've ordered as many as I can. I expect them to actually make more of this. The noticeable thing I looked here is that you got switch points on the A runner. Again, and then switch points for this back piece here. That means they're doing variants of it. So December or January next year, I fully expect. Well, they might even do a recolor before they do the variants on that. But yeah, I'm really sorry guys that I don't know what to say. That I would agree that it should have been a retail release. And the last one, GM Dominance. So the kit isn't absolutely that huge, but it's, yeah, still got a large box, 880 gram box I think it was. So it still fits in a large size like the Hazel or Advanced Jinx or anything like that. A really nice double beam around. This thing is nice looking. I've seen it. Oh good lord. They do like putting out their nice gems. Don't worry, it's going to have a seam line on the double beam rifle, unfortunately. I hope that's a panel on the cross at the top of that. But yeah, and water slides as per usual. Really nice new NG. That's it for this month. Next month we have coming up, so we got a second run on the Goof Flight type. I've ordered as many as I can on that. If there's a third run, I will order more. I'm afraid there won't be though. And then we got, in terms of new stuff, we have the Regelgu, so the red one. I fully anticipate a green sleeves colored version of the Regelgu as well coming. So it's basically a Gelgu with the big shoulders and big thrusters underneath the shoulders. Nice looking kit if it's a bit older for the base. HG Efreet, so another in the Efreet line. So previously we had the Mach that's sold out. Now we have the Efreet to go along with the Pixie. That's on its third run now, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of the actual kit itself, but I have that on order. It's starting to sell. I fully anticipate it to sell quite a lot before it even comes in. Gundam X Unit 3, orders are already closed on that. It only had one run, only a few units. It's not super special, it's mostly just a recolor of the Gundam X, though it's got with the purple shoulders basically, and water slides with it, but that thing is rare. I've only ordered a few. I think I'm down to 2 more available because I accidentally underpriced it on eBay and sold, well, yeah, I'm down to 2. And then for the Ace Pilot log we have ingraded Zaku Cannon, so it's just a it's a Zaku Cannon recolor in green, which is a retail kit, and it comes with the water slides, which are actually, I think it was GD56. So everything that makes up that kit is actually available at retail, except for it's not in that color. So in theory, if you could paint, you could make the whole thing again, except finding the correct decor sheet might be a bit of a pain, but it exists. You can find it. And then for the MG Hazel and MG Hazel and combat deployment colors, and then the Advanced Hazel, we have all the expansion sets coming from that. That's the first run. So we've got the shield booster set, so it's the 2 extra shield boosters. That's available. Then the Hoodoo in the white colors. I didn't order as many as what I did for the combat colors. I have ordered for July, and the custom, so the white colors are almost sold out or reserved. I do have more coming in September and probably October, so that's available. And then, but that's there. And then the Hoodoo in the combat deployment, so the Titans colors, I also have that on order. You can buy 1 and attach it, or you can buy 2, and if you buy 2, you can combine them either as a separate kit or combine it with the Hazel. But yeah, that's everything. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're interested in any of this or anything that's upcoming or anything that's in the past and I still have stock on, please check out my eBay store. And yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.